Welcome, guys, to the new podcast channel called the Tip Off Truth Show. This is episode 1, pilot, or if you've been listening to the previous podcast, this would be episode 8. But now we have made an official, professional podcast show with your original 3, I guess you could say, commentators. My name is Nick, and then Derek and Grant, if you guys like to introduce yourselves again.
Yeah, for sure. My name's Grant. I'm a big Cleveland Browns fan, and go Browns. And I just I appreciate for anyone who's listening or continuing listening. I just appreciate you guys just listening to the truth and what we have to say.
I am Derek, and go Braves.
And to introduce myself again, I am Nick. I'm a pilot. Go Yankees.
Oh, yeah, ladies. So I'm a pilot. So.
Alrighty, so Grant, if you've been listening before, Grant usually starts off our podcast with great news stories. So Grant, I hear that you'd have a story, or not a story, but article, I guess you want to talk about.
An update.
Oh, of course. So many of you have been aware that Joe Biden has recently passed a $1.2 trillion infrastructure plan, passed both the House and the Senate, and will be going towards, railroads and etc. But this is very good stuff, guys. Very good stuff. Joe Biden's approval rating has dropped to 38% in the newest poll.
Hey, I want to interrupt for a second.
Yeah.
What is Kamala Harris's rating? I believe it dropped too.
Yeah, it probably did, honestly.
I thought it was like.
I thought it was 28.
Yeah, I thought it was like either 10 less or 10 more percent than Joe Biden.
Well.
Anyway,
continue. Here we go. It's only at 28% of Americans approve of VP Kamala Harris. So that's pretty rough. Anyways, some good news for Republicans and for people across this country. Donald Trump, guys, is beating Joe Biden in the latest 2024 election poll. And you guys might be wondering, well, is Donald Trump really the next face of the Republican Party? And honestly, I could see it happening, but here's some other candidates that I could see running for president of the United States that could be very successful. Number 1, easily would be Ron DeSantis. I mean, if we're just talking about people who would absolutely destroy Joe Biden, it would be him. Like, if I want to see that debate so bad. Number 2, Christy Haynes, the governor of South Dakota. She has also standed up to the Biden administration's ridiculous vaccine mandates and etc. And those are just 2 of the most popular people that we know of. But there could be some other options. So Republicans right now are looking really good. Obviously, we know that the Virginia governor race was called, and there's a new governor of Virginia who is a Republican. And even in New Jersey, guys, a state that Joe Biden won by 12%, was very, very, very close in the governor race. Like, when I mean very close, it was like by I think it was by 1.3%. And that is just insane. And even Democrats, 11 Senate Democrats call on President Biden to take down the gas prices. Now, you guys may be asking, these gas yes, they are insane. Insane. Gas prices gas prices have increased $1 per gallon since last November. So I remember back in November, my $1.85 gas prices. And I would fill up my tank for $20. I filled up my gas tank today, and it cost me $30 to fill up my tank, guys. So So, I mean, my car is tiny. I couldn't even imagine how much it costs Nick or Derek to fill up their cars. So, if you guys just, yeah, how much does it cost you to fill up your tank, Derek?
Dude, I think like $45.
Nick, I couldn't even imagine. What's yours?
He's not here right now.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
No, he's got a he had to do a birthday cake for his father.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday to Nick's dad.
Yeah.
But, anyways, Joe Biden is ridiculous, man. I mean, Derek, what do you have to say about this?
Dude, he just makes me mad, and like me when this election was going on, being the most educated person about this stuff, being sarcastic, he's like, if Joe Biden's elected, he's gonna be too soft to run the country, and here he is being too soft.
Yeah,
running the country.
Yeah, I think it's nearly impossible that Joe Biden wins re-election. If we're being honest here.
Oh yeah, literally. He hadn't even been president for a year, and just a bunch of just bad decisions, and everything's just out of control with him.
Yeah, dude.
He's not doing a very good job.
And essentially, Joe Biden is this is insane, guys. You talk about inflation. Inflation has gone up. I think it was like at least 5.5%, and I know it's insane.
Yeah.
Just a small example of inflation. I went to the grocery store this past Sunday, and avocados back under the Trump administration used to be maybe 69 cents, maybe 70 cents. Just for one avocado, I'm not joking, $1.79.
For one avocado.
For one avocado was $1.79. And that's a small example.
Yeah, my mom's meal plan consists of a lot of avocados.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, just come in here. Interrupt us, Sally.
Oh my. Okay, back to the gas prices.
Yes.
I paid so I get paid at my job. I get paid $13.50 an hour.
Okay.
And this past weekend I worked like 7 hours.
Yeah.
So I usually get paid like 94. That'd be like 94 something.
Yeah.
After they take they take Social Security and Medicare out.
Yeah.
And then I had to fill up. So that was another $50. So I only get to use like $34 off of my paycheck.
Yeah.
Because I think they increased what they've taken out for Social Security and Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
The prices. Or I mean not the prices, but like how much they take out. So it's sad because I don't get to use my paycheck how I plan budgeting wise anymore.
Yeah.
It's more strict.
I know.
Budget.
Yeah. And with $34, you gotta think about saving money. But with $34, you can't even save.
You can't.
You really can't. And that's the reason why Americans have been relying too long, in my opinion.
And to think that we only have 3.5 years still.
Not even 3, Nick. It's not even 3 yet.
Well, to 2024 elections, but midterms, I don't know how much time till that. Obviously, it's midterm, so it'd be like 2022.
Yeah, dude.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
here's the thing about like all this inflation and money and stuff. Trump, like he's a businessman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He he was made from his business, his hotels and stuff, and so he knows how to manage and make money, and he knows good investments and where to put this money. And what like the reason I would have wanted Trump back in office is because he knows how to manage money.
Yeah.
So like he was helping get this country out of the debt that we're in, which is good. Like that's one big issue of this country that we need to try to solve as quickly as we can. But Joe Biden is so caught up in all his other like policies and like climate change and stuff that he's probably just dragging the country even more like further down into debt and like this inflation and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
You know what thing that came to mind not too long ago is even if Trump or whoever like midterm comes into office, like gas prices are still going to be like the same. They're not going to change instantly. Is like the hard truth to swallow there, because how are they going to change it instantly? Like I feel like, I mean, do you get where I'm coming from? Like if people are already complaining, like I mean I'm not saying like I'm complaining, but I kind of am, because it's ridiculous of how much I have to spend at the tank. But we're still gonna have to deal with it, whoever gets elected or whatever, and it's just sad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So, some crazy news going on in California. The state of California is mandating that kids, 12 and older, as of right. Actually, it might be 5 to 11.
Yeah.
Well, actually, here it is. The requirement is expected to apply to grades 7 through 12. That those kids get fully vaccinated, starting
So
on
it's
July
around 12.
1st. Yeah, starting on July 1st, 2022.
Wow.
I mean, you want to talk about a tyranny, man. California is just a small part of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that I don't think would be that big of a deal though, because like when we were younger we had certain requirements, like certain vaccines we had to get going into school.
Yeah, like
But
measles.
I think we should start that with the younger kids, because like COVID's not that deadly where a 7th through 12th grader, if they get COVID, is gonna they are less likely to die from
But it has
COVID
happened. I do
than
want to
anyone else.
put that out there. It has happened.
Oh yeah. Has it? I haven't even heard stories about that.
About what?
Like people from like 7th through 12th grade, like 12 through 18-year-olds dying, like solely because of COVID.
It's so uncommon. I mean,
It's
so
uncommon, but it can happen.
It's I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's so uncommon. You don't hear that.
I feel like more of the case would be like if a kid that's around 12, 13 years old that's been struggling with cancer, and then he gets COVID, he or she gets COVID and passes. Like, I feel like that's more of like that wouldn't solely be because of COVID,
Right. It's also like the repercussions from COVID that they might get, like pneumonia or etc.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that get COVID and then it turns into pneumonia, and it's like the COVID's not really what caused the death. It just kind of sparked these other symptoms and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But that is just, I mean, here's my thing. You, I understand where like I don't know. Gavin Newsom, like I don't okay the data what the data shows for 7 to 12 graders is like it's very very like slim
Mm-hmm.
to for a child in those grades to die from COVID. Now, if it's the case where the child has an underlying health condition or has one of those health issues, then maybe that could be a different type of thing to look at. But when you're requiring vaccines for 7 to 12 graders that are perfectly healthy, perfectly fine, I don't agree with it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's just my
I
thing.
agree with your disagreement.
I agree with you.
To change the subject,
Yeah.
I want to hit on where this has to do with climate change. There was the G20 summit not too long ago, but Joe Manchin, and the articles on that where he was, I guess, accused, but there was climate change protesters surrounding his car, and they were saying that he was, quote unquote, running them over, which they weren't. And if they're protesting, they that's not some reason to win a protest. You can't just yell at the person do this right now or we're getting you out of office. That's not someone that's not, you can't change someone's mind by doing that. I feel like it's not the way to go. But what they were doing is targeted harassment on Joe Manchin. I think he did the right thing by ignoring them and just waiting them out, because they didn't stand there for the whole time. He just waited it out and they walked away. So I mean, but my take on climate change is that the climate always changes. The climate has always changed. I mean, it gets hotter and colder. I mean, I don't understand what. I mean, I can see what they're getting from the ice caps, but if you think about it, I mean, they freeze again. So I mean, they have. I mean, there's statistics that not too long ago in Antarctica it's getting colder or whatever. So.
Yeah. Yeah, climate change, has been an issue for a while now. I mean, you just look at the typical states: California, Oregon, Washington, Arizona. All those states, especially in the summertime and in the fall time, where it's just wildfires every summer and fall. I was in Las Vegas this past summer, and it was at least 115 degrees actually probably 120 degrees every single day.
Wow.
And yeah, I do agree that climate change is happening, but when you're spending millions and trillions of actually not even millions, when you're spending trillions of dollars on it,
that's what I don't agree with. I don't understand why you need to spend money on
I just don't understand how money can change climate.
Exactly. That's what I don't agree with.
It's an issue that doesn't need as much focus and as much money yet, but as long as we gradually clean things up and do what we are supposed to do on this planet, which is take care of it.
Yeah.
And I watched a video the other day. It was a Mr. Beast video of him cleaning a couple of beaches, two of the dirtiest beaches on the world, cleaning them up. And he's got other YouTubers, trying to raise money to clean beaches.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome, because that
is. Yeah.
We need our oceans clean, especially, but we just need to take care of the planet better, and cleaning the oceans is a big part of that too.
I agree.
Oh, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, so luckily we're in one we live in Tennessee. For anyone who doesn't know, luckily we're one of those states that we don't have to worry about being forced to get a vaccine. Our Governor Lee has protected our First Amendment rights and let even our like medical rights. Just being able to give us the option of taking a vaccine. He, I really like how although Tennessee has kind of been one of those states where you get high cases. I'm just glad to know that I don't have to worry about my freedoms being revoked or something like that. So
Yeah, and not to get too political in the first episode, I believe that Joe Biden's using executive power that he can't against the states.
Oh yeah.
To the states, like using executive power to control it, which is not in the Constitution. He can't. He's not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And like I said, not to get political in the first episode, but some people are gonna take a stand, and I don't like this is speaking me to like younger people or like even older people or our age people, like don't back down, like stand for what's right, don't go with the crowd, be leaders, and talk about the truth, because backing down is submission to the enemy. So
yeah, and I think oh, sorry, go ahead, Derek.
I hope it doesn't get to this point, but we might have to exercise our Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, man.
I hope that day doesn't come, because I feel like stuff needs to change, but if that day does come, then we warned them.
The day comes.
So
yeah, I'll be ready. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh.
This story.
Sometimes I just have these thoughts and I just like forget about them.
I know. I hate it.
Just ask you.
Oh man. But yeah, dude, our country in the mud right now, if we being honest.
Oh yeah, for real.
Coming up on 23 minutes. We're in this new channel, we're gonna keep them short. Hopefully, if we don't get into a rabbit hole. But we just want to relax, like we always been. Maybe we'll have some like music now going along. Maybe I'll make up some music, some beats. But like always,
you think on the beat.
Yes, if you haven't seen that video, go check out Crazy Horse. It's in this channel that it's going Tip Off Truth Show. It's in the link. So like always, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to be featured in these shows, these podcasts, these talks, please comment down below. You can do Discord, just text or message me, Instagram, whatever. In person, if I know you like that, then hit me up, because we love guests, we love talking, and love hearing other people's opinions. And don't be afraid to like leave I don't know, I guess a negative comment. Like, I want to hear your guys' opinions, because
I agree.
I think that's healthy, at least. I don't know, but but I think we're gonna end that for our first our episode.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to number 2. Peace.
Peace.